Hey, we back. I'm here with Notbot, and we haven't talked about Notbot for a while. There hasn't been too much going on with Notbot, but there's been a couple of minor updates, and we have now got a pretty big update, so that's why I'm making a video. It was a few days ago, to be fair, but I was a bit late to noticing it, to be perfectly honest. I took a couple of days to even notice there had been an update, and then, well, there have been other videos going out, so you can't complain about that one. But what is the update all about? Well, we have profiles now. Well, we always had profiles, but we have profile levels. Profiles have been updated. We have levels, profile levels. I'm level 5 here. And you get XP just like any other bot by using commands primarily, entirely, I'm pretty sure actually. So yeah, you get XP by using commands, and the more commands you use, obviously the more XP you get, the faster you level up. As you can see, I'm level 5 and it takes me 1,500, a little over that XP to level up at the moment. Level 1 requires 1,000 XP, and it seems to go up 10 to 20% each time at the moment. I don't think the formula is just going to be a percentage. I think it's going to be a lot more complicated than that, but who knows. It seems to be roughly that at the moment. Now, we also have these little badges that show level. So I've got the level 1 badge here, and if I look at the Knots leaderboard, we can see someone has already unlocked a badge. Dyer here at the top of the rankings is level 10 at least. I'm assuming there's one badge for every 10 levels. That would make sense, but obviously we don't know yet. All I know is that there is not a level 5 badge, but there is a level 10 badge. So I assume it's one badge for each 10 levels. So that's pretty cool. There's no leaderboard for level yet. I have actually suggested that already, and I feel like it probably will be added at some point. I'm reasonably sure that that's a pretty sensible suggestion, and that'll get added. But I guess we'll see what happens. Other than that, what do levels do? Well, levels mostly are just a flex, but they also give you some nice rewards. When you do level up, it's going to give you some knots. Maybe it'll give you some crates. It can probably give you a bunch of other stuff, maybe materials or something. I'm not sure. So far, I think I've just got knots and crates. But again, obviously, me only being level 5, I don't know entirely. I don't think anyone knows entirely what the level up rewards are going to give, other than Tog, of course. Who voted himself, so he knows what all the levels give, I assume. But yeah, anyway, there you go. That's pretty cool. Levels are pretty cool. For reference, a lot of commands give XP, and I can't list all of them. I haven't tested all of them, but what I do know is that the find command gives 5 XP, the get command gives 8 XP, battle command gives 15 XP, and manual battles give 30 XP. I haven't checked if hardcore does more XP yet. I probably should check that. But yeah, anyway, there you go. That's the XP values of those 4 commands. They're the 4 main commands, in my opinion, for when you're grinding on Notbot. So that's probably what you're going to want to know. And of course, if you're doing each of them every 15 seconds, you can quite easily calculate how much XP that's going to be. If you do a find, a get, and a automatic battle every 15 seconds, that's going to add up to a total of 28 XP per 15 seconds, and so then we could divide 1,000 by 28 and work out how much you get for the first level or whatever. I hadn't done that maths. You're welcome to do if you care sufficiently, but I guess it's going to be around 30, and then you times that 30 by 15 and you get I don't know, like 8 minutes or something. That's some rough, off the top of my head kind of maths that we like. Let's go. About 8 minutes to go through from level 0 to level 1 without using manual battles. Huge stonks. Anyway, yeah, that's roughly how levels work. They're just kind of there. You're going to get them as you're grinding anyway, so that's cool. I also wanted to mention another update that has been added, I believe at the same time as levels, although I'm not 100% sure on this, and this one hasn't been announced. In the manual battles, we now have these little circles here. And these are actually really useful. These show which character has attacked. So if I go to, say, Fulvia here and attack, I'm going to attack the Mika. You can see the Fulvia circle is now red. Mika is also red. That's not because I attacked it, that's a coincidence. It's because the enemy Mika also attacked. So then I could say I could use my attention here with my Yuval. Now Yuval's circle is going to turn red, if of course it wants to load that. There we go. And Enja on the enemy team did a heal. So now Enja's circle is red. Now this is pretty useful because it enables you to, tell who left has an attack to use this turn. This is especially useful, in my opinion, against people like, I don't know, Izumi with their Tsunami, for instance. If I'm up against a team with Izumi, I always use my Berlian's Golems on the last action of turn 1. I don't if it doesn't work, but hey, in theory, I use it. And if I get to this stage, I'm about to press on that Earth Golem's button, and I see that Izumi is the character on the team left with the green circle, because of course there's only one left with a green circle at this point. So if it's Izumi, then I know, don't use Earth Golems, because Izumi might immediately get rid of them with Tsunami. Whereas if there's an Izumi here, but it's red, then I know I can use Earth Golems and Izumi isn't going to be able to take him out. So that's pretty helpful. Now, of course, there isn't any new information. You can just read it straight off here to see who's attacked and who hasn't. But it's a bit of a memory thing, You've got to check. You've got to actually read this. You've got to remember it. If there's a lot of things like Enja here doing 3 actions in 1, it means these top things are going to get pushed off. And you might not be able to see them. So the red circles and the green circles, that's a pretty nice addition. I enjoy, I'm certainly going to be paying a huge amount of attention to them in my manual battles and not ignoring them like all of the rest of the information in manual battles. But yes, in theory it makes a pretty reasonable difference. It's also simply helpful for remembering which characters you have attacked with so far, especially if you're trying to use a super or something. Let's suppose I'm trying to use Berlian's Earthquake, but I accidentally attacked with him earlier this turn. I can see the red circle here, and I can go, oh, well, I won't click on the super button to use Berlian's Earthquake, because I wouldn't be able to, and that would just force me to waste a turn on a super that I don't want to use. So yeah, circles, also pretty helpful addition. Big fan of those 2 features, Tog. Thanks very much. There's also been a couple of other minor changes in the last week or 2. If you want some more detailed info, I would just suggest having a look at the bot support server. Nothing particularly that I'm going to mention here, because none of it is hugely relevant, but I just thought I would demonstrate those 2 particular new additions, because they are particularly nice in my opinion. Yeah, other than that, good luck grinding your new NotBot levels. And I'm sure you'll get infinite streak now that we can tell who's attacked without reading the text. Anyway, I'm going to leave this one here. Bye!